Right. Okay, it's recording now. Hi, everybody. I'm Maryjoy Cinense. I'm the founder of Perry Newbies. We are starting this 10x rule discussion. It started, was it last week? We didn't do last week. Last
Yeah,
week?
we did do last week.
Yeah, we did do last week, and this is the second time. Why are we sharing this? Because it has changed my life so much that I want to share it with you guys. There's what's his name, Ryan Higdon. He said, invest, learn, and teach. Invest in your education, meaning buy the book. So go ahead and buy the book, guys. So that Grant Cardone knows I'm promoting him, because I want to meet him one day. Won't that be awesome? So invest in your education. What's the other one? Invest, learn about it, and then teach. Teach while you're learning, and that way it's really gonna seep into your brain. So that's what we're doing, guys, and I love that. Invest, learn, and teach. Okay, Ryan, over to you.
Hello, I am Ryan Roy. I am also known by many people who know me as the Action Man. I like to take action in life. So when you see a book like the 10X Rule, which talks about taking massive action, I am naturally attracted to that. Maryjoy is actually the founder of PerryNewbies.com, which for those of you who are on Blab probably know a little bit about Periscope. What that group does is helps and mentors people who are new to Periscope, or even Blab for that matter. Helps them get out of their comfort zone, get onto the platform, share their message with people, and the challenges that come with that are typically in our minds. So what Maryjoy has done has gotten nearly 15, I believe over 1,500 people now to take action in joining her group, and many of those people have taken action and got on their first scope. I want to share something that I noticed in what she just said in this, and this is what happened. Thank you so much. Hi, everybody, for joining the group. We appreciate you coming in and stopping in. But something Maryjoy just said was, we did our first blab just last week, and she questioned herself. The reason she questioned herself is because she's done so much based on what her learnings are in this book over the last week. It probably feels as though it's been about a month, because she's compacted so much action over the last month into 1 week that it seems like it was 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks ago that we did our first blab on here. Because I was thinking the same thing getting on this, Maryjoy. Last night we briefly spoke and said early in the morning for you, because she's in London. I'm on the East Coast of the United States and here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I said, what do you want to talk about? And what part of the book, right? Because it's an amazing book and has a million great topics. She's been so busy today, she didn't reach out to me. I didn't reach out to her. And the reason we didn't reach out isn't because we were not interested in doing this. It's because we're living the 10X rule. I know you've been super busy today. I've been super busy today. I've done, I believe, 10 scopes today. I have done 10 coaching clients today, and it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon here in the United States. So we're not just going to talk about the 10X rule, guys. We're going to tell you how we're living the 10X rule. So if anybody wants to jump in this hot seat, this amazing platform called Blab allows you not only to just watch us, but to take action and share your message with us about how you are taking action, or how you would like to take more action in your life. Here at the end of 2015, what actions can you take at the end of the year here? We have 8 days left. Going into 2016, and how you're going to make that absolutely phenomenal and successful. We want to hear you. So if you want to jump in the hot seat, please do so. Maryjoy, back to you. I see you recording something. Are you periscoping us?
I'm scoping us so that they can join us. Hi, everybody on Periscope and Blab. Come and join us, because this, what we're gonna talk to you, what we're gonna discuss with you today is very important for your business, and I would love you to come on board, because for me, this topic here today really changed the way I do my business. So come on board, let's get started, and I'll see you on Blab. Okay, hang on a second. Right. I want them to come in.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, she's multitasking. Like right now, we're on the blab, but we can be present, which is great. But she's also taking the time to promote it over here. The more people we can touch and reach, we want to do that. So I got Antonio down there. For those of you who are new to blab, by the way, on the left-hand side, if you put a /Q, if you put /Q and you have a question in a space and type your question, it'll show up on the left-hand side of our screen on this end. I don't know if it does on your end. I believe it does. But the reason you want to do that is so that it draws real attention to us, that we could answer any questions you have. So the premise of the book, the 10X Rule, just to touch base with you, is to do 10 times the amount of action necessary to accomplish whatever goal that you want. Right? So Grant's theory is this: if you want to make $1 million next year, why not set it at 10x that and set it at 10 million? Because if you strive for 10 million and take the actions necessary to reach 10 million, the chances of you coming up short of 10 million, you may come up short, but you'll far exceed the 1 million that was your original goal. So what actions are necessary in 10x that, so that you could actually reach the original goal and far surpass it, and realize it's just about movement and taking action. He also says in there, and he talks about this often in the book, if you aren't coming across challenges, Maryjoy, did you have any challenges today?
Oh my gosh. I was supposed to do my 10x roll scoop. Where was I? I went shopping with the kids. I said, I'll be back home by then. I promised myself. But what happened? There was a car, an accident. There was the bike and the car. So can you imagine me there trying to get home, and I'm saying to myself, oh no, I didn't do 10x yesterday and now I haven't done today. So it looked like I'm not consistent. But I just couldn't do it because I had my kids, and that's one of the things that I had to, accept that things happen. So yeah.
So, but because she's in such movement, shopping with the kids, going out, making commitments to the 10X rule, making a commitment to this blab, you actually, in my opinion, you are covering your 10X rule Periscope by what you just did. You get on Periscope and you said, for those of you who are interested, come over to this other forum, watch us there. We can post this on the Perry Newbies group afterwards, right? And this covers the fact that you needed to talk about the 10X rule today. But if you're not hitting enough challenges in your day or in your life, you're not taking enough action or making enough commitments. So if you're sitting around and you're like, oh, I don't want to have a challenge, challenges are what gets you to the next level. So look at challenges or problems or things you need to overcome, or overcoming things you haven't ever done before and learning something new, as growth. And that's what Grant Cardone talks about in the book. Would you like to add anything on to that, Maryjoy?
No, I was gonna say, I was gonna show you this one, the chapter that we was gonna talk about, the dominate.
Yes.
Chapter 10. I don't know. So this title that he has there is like, I was like laughing because of the way his title was. Competition is for sissies, and I'm like, oh my God, you can't say that in a book. Have you got it?
Yes, he can, and he did. Competition is for sissies. And what does that mean to you as you read that chapter?
At first I was, oh no, he shouldn't have said that. But I said, once I started going through the book, I said, it makes sense, because really, do we need to be in competition with everybody? Like he said, here it's about dominating, not, So I like that little section, that one at the beginning. But you go ahead and share what you think about that while I quickly gather my...
So this is what I think about when I think of pure domination, right? He says competition is for sissies, and I'll relate this away from business. He talks about business or sales. I'm kind of a sports guy, so I can relate it to there. But anyone who reads the book, you could look at it from the the sales position. When I played sports, competitive sports, I used to always say, I don't care who's on the other side of the field or who's on the other side of the court. I don't care who the competition is, because as long as I do my job, and I dominate and do the best I can possibly do, it doesn't matter who's on the other side. And I think that's what Grant Cardone's talking about, dominate. Dominate your market so that there is no competition. You're far above and beyond anything that those people that they consider each other competition. They're so focused on each other that they don't get anything accomplished because they're like, what's the competition doing? Don't care what the competition is doing. You do your very best. You put in your 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 phone calls a day in order to get to the goals you want, and you'll blow the competition out of the water because competition is for sissies. They don't exist.
Yeah, that's exactly what it says here. He said, if you always wanted to be in a position to dominate, not compete. So competition is healthy. If competition is healthy, then domination is immunity. I just love that little section there. To me, that's what I'm going for with Perry Newbies, because I want to dominate. I'm not here to compete with anybody. I just want to leave that behind and concentrate on the group and focus on being the best that we can be. So that's my goal with Perry Newbies.
Absolutely. And I love that you say that, because Perry Newbies is, well, first of all, Periscope is less than a year old, right? So there's people out there who, Maryjoy has created an amazing group called Perry Newbies. There are, and I'm just throwing out names, there are Perry Girls out there, there's Perry 10K, there's all these other groups. And I imagine at some level, and I don't know because I'm not running one of these groups, I'm a part of yours, but I'm not running it. So when you look at it, probably some of those other people are like, what is that group doing that's being successful? What is that group? And they're so concerned with each other that if they just focus on what it is their goal is, whatever goal you set up for yourself, Maryjoy, with this, and I know what some of those goals are, as long as you focus on that, it doesn't matter what the other people are doing because they're considering you as competition. You want to be the dominator in the market on Periscope, helping all the new people who are coming in. And if you set that standard for yourself, everybody else is going to look to you and say, wow, how did she do that? And you're going to be so busy getting to the next level that they're always going to be 2, 3, 4, and 5 steps behind. And I'm excited to be a part of it and helping you do it.
Oh, Ryan, I'm so glad. You know, when before we started Blab, this Blab thing, you asked me, and I'm like, me? Oh my gosh, how can I come over here? I'm too shy. I don't know what I'm doing. But like this is what this book is doing for me. He said, you might not know what to do, but in order to succeed, just do it anyway. You will learn along the way, and that's why I can't wait for everybody to learn about this book, because guys, we don't have to know everything. You just have to take action and more action and massive action, and I just love that. So yeah.
And that's the other thing. You said you don't have to know everything. You actually don't have to know anything. You just have to have the initiative to walk forward knowing that there's an opportunity to learn and grow. And when you walk away from it, as long as you took away one golden nugget and grew a little bit, and that's what we're doing here, right? We're both growing, right? We're both growing. I've done a handful of blabs. I've done a little over 100 scopes. Today, I don't know, I might have hit 120 because you made me do 7 in a row. But the point is, in each one of these moments, we have growth because we're taking action. You know, honestly, last night when I said we always have fear. We always have in our mind, is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? We hadn't really scheduled this. I'm like, are we doing it? Are we not doing it? What's going on? I hope she says yes. And a big part of me says, if she doesn't have time to do it or doesn't want to get on, I have to do it anyway because it was my commitment to myself. Carla Jones, thank you so much for joining the Blab. Appreciate you popping in. So if anybody wants to, thank you so much, Rocco. I'm going to say Rocco Steady. Please jump in the hot seat, guys. This is what this forum is about. Get out of your shell. Take some action in your life. If you've never been on a blab, or if you have been on a blab and you have something to share, we have 2 open seats for 2 amazing individuals who want to talk about the power of taking massive action in your life. Talking about the 10X rule here with Grant Cardone. Malky 43, thank you so much for joining the blab. and leaving at the same time. That was cool. They took action two ways, one in and one out. So
any action will do.
oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. We got somebody hopping in. I'm excited to have somebody jump in the hot seat. I always like to give a lot of love to someone jumping in the hot seat, my friend. What is your name?
I go by
who in the house?
Rocco Steady.
Rocco. And where are you from, Rocco?
I am in Houston, Texas.
Beautiful. So tell us why you jumped on this blab. Was it the title about the 10X rule? Are you familiar with Grant Cardone?
Yeah. I'm actually personal friend. He's my mentor.
Awesome.
Grant Cardone is my mentor. Yeah, he's I've known Grant for over 5 years now. So I've watched him explode.
Oh.
Are you familiar with his earlier works?
I am not that familiar. I just came across Grant probably about 5 or 6 months ago. I love it. I bought his this book, obviously. I bought his program on Udemy, his course on Udemy. I saw him last night on his scope, and he just finished his new book just last night, and he was chilling and relaxing in the jacuzzi. He said it was his celebration for finishing his new book, which is called, what's it called again? You would know.
Dude, I'm drawing a blank here.
I'm drawing a blank too. Somebody told me it earlier, and I saw it last night. But but he just finished a new book just yesterday, and it's going to be coming out here at the beginning of the year. So I'm not familiar. But if you'd like to share with us a little bit about your experience with Grant, we would love to hear it, because the guy is phenomenal. He lives what he preaches.
Well, what it is it's absolute phenomenal confidence, and you only will receive what you believe you deserve. And a lot of times we tell ourselves these artificial illusionary type of stories that have this glass ceiling where we're limiting ourselves. And what Grant's 10X whole concept is just this whole belief that if you multiply it times 10, inevitably you will accomplish the goals that you initially set forth. Personally, in my own personal life, I definitely know how it feels. Hold on a second. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly fine.
Okay. I'm like downstairs in the lobby, so it's like real like echoey. So what I was saying was, a lot of times we tell ourselves these stories. I know for myself, man, I'm a hip hop artist. I was a starving artist for over 4 years. I was living off of $8,000 a year. And I told my story that it was okay. Like, that's all I needed. I'm a simple guy. That's all I needed. And I grew up with family where if I said I wanted something, I'd be like, hey, I want to get that. They'll be like, oh, don't think like that. We're not rich, And I was encouraged to be a doctor. I was encouraged to be a lawyer. I was encouraged to be a nurse or an engineer. And I was encouraged to only do what they thought that I was especially supposed to do in order to establish a secure life for myself. But I think that life is absolutely an adventure. It's an adventure, and it's meant to enjoy the journey. And that journey in itself is one of the most exciting things whenever you're able to take massive actions and get rejected and get slammed in the face. And it's a beautiful thing. I'm absolutely addicted to the no. I believe that no stands for new opportunity. That's what it means. New opportunity.
I love that.
Yeah, it's all about new opportunity. And I mean, from everything in my life, from where I live to the lifestyle that I live to the different exciting adventures that I get into, it's simply been an adventure simply because I refuse to live a life of normalcy and average. So I like to get an adventure. I view life like a video game, and every single person that you run into and talk to, and you make those phone calls, those people that you touch, you get experience points, and it just makes you into a much more fulfilled individual in this human experience.
See, I love this platform because here you are in Houston, right? And I don't know how you found us. You just hopped on Blab, and you're sharing.
I'm a blabaholic. I'm on here all day.
Man, that's the first. I think you can coin that term, being a blabaholic, and I'm glad that you found us because he is your mentor, right? He is your protege. Yeah. So I imagine you've met Grant.
I have. I've had the opportunity to meet him, but ever since he's exploded, I have not had a chance to revisit, you know. But at the end of the day, it's been a privilege to meet with individuals like this. I took it upon myself to meet people like Grant, I met Zig Ziglar before Zig Ziglar died. I actually went through the process in Dallas with Tom Ziglar, with the Ziglars out there. I met John Maxwell. I was able to go to Duluth, Atlanta to train under him. And I want to meet Tony Robbins. I've never met Tony Robbins before. I toured with Les Brown. So a little bit about myself is I'm an inspirational hip hop artist. And I believe in the power of words. You can either destroy or build with words. I choose to build. And I have this ferocious desire to read and digest everything that's personal development related. And as an urban youth growing up, I didn't have an opportunity to learn about this personal development information. Matter of fact, I was actually influenced by hip hop culture to commit crimes and do bad things. So it was my own personal purpose and journey in order for me to create hip hop music that encouraged personal development and opening the conscious mind for us to grow and evolve as human beings, especially for the urban city youth that were like myself. So what I do is I make custom theme songs for businesses, organizations, individuals, and events, and they call me a gift wrapper. So I take your vision and your mission and I translate it to song.
Oh man, that is awesome. Is there any way that people can contact you that you would type in the message? And because that is what this is about, right? The people in this room, we know a number of them. They are people who want to inspire others just like yourself, and that story in itself is amazing. And if your gifts can assist any of these people in creating something for what they want to for the messages they want to send, I think we all need to stick together, right? So just meeting you has been an absolute pleasure. To feed off of something you just said, you travel with Les Brown. There's a gentleman in the room right now. I hope he could come on. I think he was on his phone. I don't know that he knows how to watch it. You may want to follow him. His name is Mr. Jim Beach. Les Brown is his mentor. And Les Brown just reached out to him just last week and has asked him to tour and tell his story and inspire people. So it sounds like you experienced that with Les.
He wrote a book called Bold. So we did a thing called the Bold Book Tour. And basically, man, English is my second language. You know, I grew up in the Philippines, and that's why I was talking to Maryjoy. I was like, Pinoy, you know, like, I grew up in the Philippines. English is my second language. And the first set of books that I ever read were Zig Ziglar and Les Brown, and I learned English through these personal motivational books. So it's sort of like embedded in me, because as an 8-year-old, I was.
Oh, we lost him. Well, he was in the lobby of a hotel, it looked like. We're going to try and find out if he gets back, if he's able to come on and share. But guys, here's a gentleman who has been living 10X, it seems like, for a number of years since he met Grant Cardone. Right? What's your first language? I don't know. I think if you're talking to Jim, his first language is actually sign language, I believe. But what an amazing story, guys, right? He is now rapping where he used to sit there and probably hurt people with his words and his lyrics and brought up in gangs. Now he gets to take that energy, right, all that energy, and put it in a positive way. He's called the Gift Rapper. How awesome is that? So I hope he gets back on. I'm following him now. What'd you get out of that, Maryjoy?
Oh, I can't wait to meet him as well, because if he's into 10, everybody that I have this book, I want to know what they think about it, because you take so much from different people. So I was about to say, where are you right now? Where do you live? So that we can get to know you. And also, like Jim said, are you on Periscope? And then he went. So hopefully he will get back. If not, I'm sure we will find out more. But yeah, this is so good. I'm super excited. If anybody wants to join us, I don't know what I'm getting in a second.
So the 10 exit, guys, I would suggest this. It's the end of the year, right? And most people are winding down and they're looking forward to. Kim, thank you so much for joining. We appreciate you getting in. I would share this as Kim's getting in and the technology is catching up, is you have the opportunity to take the year and 10X those, right? I expect you to share it with friends and family and do all the holiday things, but realize that's you know, Christmas Eve tomorrow, many people are still working. They're going to get out early. Christmas Day is going to be Christmas Day. New Year's Eve, people tend to relax, but you don't have to relax. You don't have to sit back and do nothing. I would suggest taking the next 10 days of the end of the year, 10xing it, put down 100 things you would love to accomplish, right? Not 10 things, but 100 things you would love to accomplish in the year 2016, and put that in the forefront of your mind. Put it on a spreadsheet, print it out, handwrite it, put it everywhere. Buy yourself a whiteboard for Christmas, put it on the whiteboard, and start checking those things off one by one throughout the year. Whatever you focus on expands, and the fact that it's in front of you because you've put it in different places, on your computer, handwritten, on a whiteboard, in front of you constantly, start checking those things off. But you can't do it if you don't write them down and they're not in the forefront of your mind. Kim, welcome to the Blab. We have no audio.
No sounds.
I see that you are, I see that the audio is, oh, much better, much better. You're with us. Welcome.
How are you? Yeah, it wouldn't work with my
We're doing
headphones on,
great.
sorry. This is the first Blab I've jumped on, so sorry if I'm a newbie at this. I do periscopes, and Maryjoy, thank you so much for the challenge that you're doing. I just saw that 2 days ago, and that's on my list for my schedule to catch up like Ryan did today. I saw you do them all in a row. I haven't seen them all. I'm go back and do them. And but I caught your last one because you were live, and I haven't followed you before, so I followed you today, and I'm so glad that I found you. And I'm excited to go back and watch some of your other periscopes. So that's really cool. And that's what I love about these platforms. They just allow everybody to meet each other and help each other. And I think that's what we're all about, is sharing and helping other people. So I just think it's awesome, and I just want to say thanks to both of you because you're contributing to my success, and as well as I'm hoping I do to others. That's why I do periscopes as well. So,
Kim, are
Well,
you
awesome.
Kim, are you in Terry Newbies?
am I what?
Have you joined Terry Newbies?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. That's
Yes,
good.
I did 2 days ago. Actually, I have another handle. This is my business one that I'm doing with the Blab, but on my personal one on Periscope, it's Kim_Gaskill. So I'm in the process of trying to figure out which one I'm going to use for everything. So I jumped on this one today. And yeah, I just want to say thanks. I have not read Grant's book, the 10X reading list for 2016. And I just read The Miracle Morning by Hal Bell. You guys read that one?
I have not.
Yeah, that's super motivating. If you're, I had a little bit of a setback. I'm a retired firefighter and had some injuries, and so I'm just getting back on track. And I was finding it myself to stay with my programs, and it really helped me to get a routine down that I and the way it starts out, if you haven't read the book, he calls the savers in the morning, and you start out 1 minute, and then I built up to 10 minutes of each one, so I did 10 times what I was doing in the beginning, but it was easy to start with just a minute, and I built on that, and so now I'm pushing, and now it's the rest of the day I'm trying to get the 10x rule and with my business and the other things during the day. So.
Yeah, you'll love the 10x rule. The audio's coming in and out a little bit. I don't know if it's because of the headphones, but I'm going to recap what you're saying. So actually, Jim just said something about it. There's a lot of feedback and things, but I'm going to recap what you just said because I think I understood it pretty clearly. Is this, guys, she did what she was capable of doing. She started off with doing 1 minute and she worked up to 10 minutes. Don't compare yourself to other people. I talked about this earlier on. Don't sit there and start where you are at. Don't look at somebody across the room and say, wow, they're doing more than I can do, so I'm not going to do anything. Do what you're capable of doing. Take that action, and you will build the muscles of life, whatever that is, business, coaching, whatever it may be, blabbing, periscoping. Start with one. Start with one for 1 minute. Start with, 2 for 2 minutes. Start somewhere, but build on that. And I think something that you didn't touch on, but is relevant and pertinent, and is absolutely what you did, is you need to be consistent in what you're doing. You can't do it for 1 minute and 1 week and then come back another week and say, I built a muscle. No, it needs to be continually consistent, and you build on those small actions, and you will get better and better and better and more confident and more confident and more confident. And as the gentleman before said, it's all about being ultimately confident in whatever you are doing. But the only way you get confident is by taking massive action. Again, that is what the book, the 10X Rule, talks about, is taking massive action and overcoming hurdles and getting stronger so that you can be the best possible you, and you can dominate. Was that a good synopsis of what you said, my friend?
That was great. That was great. And since the audio's not great, I'm going to pop off and just continue to listen, but thanks for letting me hop on. And I'll check you guys out, and I will catch up on my 7 scope. And I love today's topic, by the way. So thank you, Maryjoy. Bye-bye.
Awesome. Thank you, Kim. And I wanted to thank Kim also, because she came on, she got on my scope today. She followed the entire thing, or she's going to go back and follow it. And today was a crazy scope-a-thon for me. I did 7 scopes because we had a 7-day challenge. I hadn't had time, but I wanted to commit to it. And the hardest thing, right? It took me 8 days to commit to it. But now that I'm committed to it, I plan on scoping on that on a daily basis. I will not get 7 days behind ever again, Maryjoy, I promise. On public, on Blab, I won't get behind 7 days again. Thank you so much, Luanda. So if anybody else wants to get in a hot seat and join and talk about how 10X is playing out in their life, or how they plan on having 10X play out in their life, please do so. But I think Maryjoy's skimming a little bit here, and maybe she wants to share something that she heard from the book or read from the book with the audience. And Heidi Roberts is coming on. I'm pretty excited. But let's have Maryjoy. Go ahead.
It says, it doesn't matter what you do. It does matter that your goal be to dominate your sector with actions. Like you were saying, just dominate with actions that are immediate, consistent, and persistent at levels that no one else is willing to operate at or duplicate. That is why I love the book. It's not saying, you know, copy everyone else. Just do you and do it more action and more action. Don't even, you know, no. That's another thing to share with you guys.
Absolutely. Heidi, hello, welcome.
I've just got the book. I just want to, can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. I've just got the book. I'm only in 2nd chapter, but something just like straight away, something, the first page just got me straight away. I've always had a lot of energy, and through my life, I always get going. I run as fast as I can, but I get burnt out. So I'm learning. But this, just that little thing here.
We can't read it. It's probably too far. But if you can read it.
All it says is anyone. It is anyone that suggests to me to do less is either not a real friend or very confused. I was just opened mouth, because my biggest caregiver, that's all they've said to me: slow down, calm down, stop doing that. Even before I've got my fit off the what I'm doing, people are telling me to slow down. So I was like, oh my God. And the people that have tried to slow me down as I'm about to run and get to do this. So that was kind of quite profound for me. And it's true, the people are trying to stop you, hold you back and slow you down. And I think I just know I'm going to get a lot more of that. And that was just like, just one little chapter that was like quite profound for me. And I've loving the book so far. Yeah, so just wanted to say that. Wait a minute, my voice.
Well, Heidi, I'm so super excited that you finally got the book, because you know you've been watching me scooping, you've been hearing me talk about it, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm glad that you finally got it, because I know it's gonna change your life as it's changing mine.
And I'm the sort of person and I will, yeah. I'm doing it. I'm doing the chapter. I'm doing the work. That's why I'm not rushing.
Yeah, Heidi, your audio's coming in and out also. Can you hear her? Is anybody else having a challenge with that?
Ryan, Ryan,
Is that better?
Say that again?
wait.
Is that
Ryan,
better?
if I'm speaking, we have to mute ourselves. You know how to mute?
You don't have to mute yourself. I think the best thing on the platform of Blab for most people is to have a set of headphones with a microphone. And the reason being is because there is feedback at times. So for anyone in the future, when you come on a Blab, just FYI, the best thing to do is to have a set of earphones, because think about it. My audio is coming through yours, and then sometimes people can hear it. But I think Heidi fixed the challenge she was having.
I sounded like I was underwater, so I changed it. But yeah, so yeah, I'm making sure I do the work after the chapter. So I'm always make sure I do that rather than run ahead and make sure I absorb it before I go on to the next thing. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
and that's the best thing to do, is implement what you learn, right? Because by the time you get to chapter, I think there's like 37 chapters in the book. You know, you'll forget what happened in chapter 1. You want to implement.
Yeah.
So kudos to you for taking that action and realizing that that's how it's going to best serve you.
And thanks you guys for thanks Maryjoy for all your scopes on it, and for me to get the book. And I loved your blab last week. I thought it was yesterday, so I was that way yesterday, and I was like, no blab. So I'm really glad to see you guys here tonight. So yeah, thank you. I'm going to pop off and let other people pop on. So then there's 2 seats. People can jump on if they want. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Well,
I love that quote.
There you go. Just by sharing what we're learning, and then investing in ourselves, and then teach. It's so powerful, guys. So that's Heidi. She's already one bit. So yeah.
Yeah. So to answer to come off on yours, invest, learn, and teach. Right? So you invest in yourself. And once you learn it, if you don't teach it or implement it, right? Because teaching is another form of implementing. To say it again reinforces it for yourself. And literally, none of us want to be hypocrites. So when we teach these things, we do it, but it holds, accountability for me, a higher level of accountability to act and do in those ways. Otherwise, we're hypocrites, which none of us want to be. So as you've invested in yourself, Maryjoy, the part I think Sandy wanted you to share this about was, as you're learning it and you're teaching it, now you're living it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And maybe that's why that's so powerful, because as you teach it on a day-to-day basis through your scopes, you must live it. Otherwise, you won't be true to yourself, because you are a person of high integrity. So it's kind of built-in accountability for a person who has a high level of integrity.
Well, talking about my scope, he said, Maryjoy, you got to be consistent. I'm like, oh no, because I didn't do the one today because I was up there with the accident. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get Sandy and telling me off again. So he just messaged me, and I said, I'm sorry, but what can I do?
Well, you should send them the link to the blab and say, well, get on here because we would love your input.
Yeah.
But, is there anybody else who would love to get in the hot seat? I call it the hot seat. It's an open seat. Would anybody else like to? I saw Mr. Jim Beach try to get in. I don't know if the phone had those challenges or not, but we would love to have anybody else get their take and see what they're learning or what they're doing here at the end of 2015 to 10x their life going into 2016, because it is going to be a phenomenal year for each and every person in this room. I know it. Why? Because you're taking the time to jump in now and share. So, oh, there he is, Mr. Relentless himself.
What's
Mr.
going on?
Jim Beach. You tell us what's going on, my friend. How do you like this platform? You didn't know about this platform, did you?
Sure, I've been on Blab before.
Okay.
I just have never done it from my phone, and I'm 2 cities away from home. And my parents, I'm at my parents' house, so I just ran over here as quick as I could to catch this Blab. I didn't plan on speaking, but right now, excuse the mess, guys. They're remodeling, so I'm here to jump in and listen. But I thought that you had asked if I was going to come on the Blab and speak. So the only thing that I had to say is I just recently started listening to Grant Cardone and some of his quotes. Listening to Les Brown is something I do daily, but especially talking with him now that he's coaching me directly. But some of the quotes that I love from Grant Cardone, one of them primarily is, let everybody else do whatever, and you do whatever it takes. Today, while I was talking on my scope, I was expressing how there, like for instance, you and I, Ryan, have discussed how some people will have a dream or a goal, a mission or something like that they want to embark on and want to be able to challenge themselves with, but they don't have the knowledge. So what I have expressed, some people are paralyzed by their fear. They just get stuck because they don't have any idea. But the problem with that is that today we have so many resources online. Man, I'm sorry guys, I got a lot of feedback here, but there's so much information. There's a plethora of different websites and places where you can get the resources that give you the education to be able to go after your goals and your dreams. So for someone to make the excuse that I just don't know what to do, it's because of the fact that they're held back by fear. Fear is what's holding them back. So they need to get past that fear. And then the other quote that I would end this with, that Grant Cardone says, is be great, because nothing else pays.
I love that one. Be great because nothing else pays. How profound is that? Nobody wants to pay for mediocrity, right? Nobody wants an average coach. Nobody wants an average steak. Nobody wants an average anything. Be great because that's what pays. So for all of you out there, what is it that you are great at already, and how can you leverage that for yourself? Because I find in my line of work, I find people who have greatness inside themselves, but they don't recognize it. I tend to find a way to pull that out of them. But they're trying to do something that they see somebody else is great at something, and they're trying to mirror that person. No, be the best possible you can be. And you have all gifts and talents that you can leverage today that will make you feel fulfilled and fulfill a lot of other people because they need your message. Jim, you and I have talked about that with you. Maryjoy, I've touched on that with you. You are great. You have greatness, people. So leverage your greatness now. You just need to recognize what that is, because we take for granted our gifts because we think to ourselves, that's not so special. I do it. It is special because you're special.
Before Jim goes, thank you so much, Jim. You're motivating me when I'm feeling so down. And you too, Ryan. I've had some issues, and the two of you, especially with Perry Newbies, I don't know how to say thank you, but just to have you both you know, encouraging me. It's unbelievable that Periscope can you can reach so many people, and also Blab. This is the power of this live streaming, guys. So if you're not using Periscope, you're losing a lot. And here are Jim. He's so wonderful. He's a motivational speaker, and he's gonna be speaking with Les Brown himself. I wish I could be that, guys, but I will be watching it. And Ryan, what can I say about you? You are wonderful. You said to me, Maryjoy, let's do Blab together. What you were saying, when you don't believe yourself, it's like you feel that it's more, but then you come to me and oh my gosh, I can't do this. But I went out of my comfort zone because of that book and done it anyway. I still feel, you know, that kind of, oh no, I can't do this with you guys. You're more powerful than I am, but I'm doing it anyway. So that's my message, guys.
And I know Jim's got something to say to that, and you go ahead, say it.
Well, I was going to say, there's no one more powerful than yourself. You know, one of the quotes that I love, and it doesn't come from a profound motivational speaker. It comes from Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss says, one thing that is truer than true is no one is more youer than you. So there's no one more powerful than you. Another thing I shared on my scope today that I feel is impertinent right now is if you were to vote, let's say that you were to run for president or run for CEO of your life, would you vote for yourself? That question needs to be answered with, I have an absolute desire to go after my goals, my dreams, those things I desire and deserve. And that deserve part comes from you believe in yourself and you know that nobody else's power is greater than yours for your own life. So I believe in you, Maryjoy. I believed in you from the very beginning. I'm sure that everybody else that's in the Paranewbies has so much confidence in you. And all you need to do is feed off of that. Just appreciate that everybody loves the fact that you have created a mission that is changing lives.
Yeah, when I started Paranewbies, I was like, I just want to help one person that was going through the same thing as me. And now 1,500. Isn't that wonderful? And there's a lot of people out there saying, thank you so much. Because of you, I'm doing something that I've never done before. So it's super exciting. We can't wait for 10,000 members because that would put us in another level. But Periscope really has changed my life. My doubt was like, God is more, but now it's like, oh my gosh, I'm getting better. Getting better. Yeah.
And what I would say to that is leaders follow leaders, and the only leaders that are going to follow leaders are people who are in action, right? And you have taken massive action and consistent massive action, and that's why you have people like Jim and all these other amazing people in the room following you over to your blab to hear what you have to say, because they see that you are being consistent. People don't get 1,500 people to follow them in a very short period of time if they're not a leader. So you, as I said earlier, you need to recognize yourself as a leader. You think, oh, it's just me, little Maryjoy. Maryjoy, you are a leader. And that's why as a leader myself, as Jim as a leader himself, we are hopping on the Maryjoy train to get to 10,000 and beyond and help hundreds of thousands of people get out of their comfort zone, get on Periscope and do stuff. And it's not going to happen if we're not all taking massive action together. And I believe that's what we're doing when we jump on a platform like this. Bam, 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 my friend, Mr. Relentless down there. So, but isn't it amazing though? It feels great getting on here with the two of you, not just talking into a computer and seeing your comments, seeing your facial expressions, seeing your energy, feeling what this is about. And I'm sure a lot of other people here that are joined in the group, because there's 10 of us on here, feel the same way. It's great to see the leaders of this community together on here and bringing this to the next level.
So if anybody wants to jump in and discuss with us and talk with us, you feel free, because this is for us guys. Oh, Jim went, okay. We would love to know what you think, and share what you think about the book, or if not, ask any question.
And it's just about taking action. Again, going back to Kim earlier when she was on, is you take the actions that you can take and you build your muscles. You know, I'll share with you guys this. For those of you who don't know, 5 months ago, I shattered my ankle. I broke my ankle. And when I got into the physical therapy, I shared this at physical therapy just yesterday. I was looking at other people and saying, how can they do that? You know, I'm thinking that everybody started in the same spot I was. I couldn't even stand on my foot yet. And then they were having me balance and my legs were shaking and do things and stand on one foot. And I couldn't do it for more than 2 or 3 seconds without assistance. And those small steps, I kept saying to myself, Ryan, you coach small steps. Be where you're at and do the best you can in this moment. And because I took that approach, and I still take that approach in my physical therapy, my physical therapist is like, I can't believe how far you've come along in such a short period of time, because I choose to be present. Be where you are and do the best you can. Just yesterday, towards the end, she gave me the go ahead to stop because I had done enough. And I told her I can keep going. My physical therapist told me I can stop. I chose not to. Why? Because I knew I can do more regardless of what she thought I can do. She's my physical therapist telling me I can stop. Carla, get back on. But I chose to do more because I knew I was capable of it. And because I chose to do capable of it, I grew that much more towards full recovery of my ankle because I chose to go ahead. All of you can choose to take action, know where you're at, but go a little bit further, because if I do 20 push-ups now, I could do 20. 25 may be a challenge, but it's those last 5 of growth that are going to get me to that next level. So guys, do what you can and go one step further. And that's where your growth is, and do it consistently. I don't have any audio for you, Jim, but I don't know if you're over there just lipping that right, but that's right.
I'm saying that's right.
Grow every day.
I was muted because I'm listening, but man, I just want everybody to know I agree, because you know they talk about some of the greatest mountain climbers and all of that have confessed that, man, those people that just barely reach the tip of the mountain, they get so close, but then they look back and they're like, I can't make it. And they go back down when they were so close. So I'm in agreement with what you say, man. People quit too early.
Yeah. And because somebody else told them, hey, you got close enough. Something that in that quote, when your friend's not telling you to grow, I forget what the exact quote was, they're not really your friends, right? So if you're in growth mode and someone's saying, oh, you've done so much this year, can't you relax the last week of the year? No, because there's my other people who are doing the same thing I'm doing. I won't call them competition, are relaxing. And in order for me to be better, I got to keep going.
See, I have to say, the first quote that I use from Grant Cardone goes with what you just said. Grant Cardone says, let everybody else do whatever, but you do whatever it takes.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got about 8 minutes here to be respectful for people's time. I want to hold it to the hour. Do you agree, Maryjoy?
Yeah, I agree.
So if anybody wants to jump in that hot seat one last time, Beth, we'd love to see you. I love getting on your early morning scopes. I don't get on them enough. But, oh, here comes Carla. She's jumping back in. Excited to have her back on. It looked like she may have had a minor, maybe a phone call or something came in. So I'm excited to have Carla come on as our last guest speaker of the day on this blab. I think this has been a tremendous success. For those of you who are on the sidebar, would you like to see this happen more often? Because I think this was a tremendous success. We all scope every day. I'm not saying blab every day, but I would love to do this more frequently if possible, because this just brought our community that much closer together. Yes, love it. We're getting a bunch of yeses. Carla, I hope the technology.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
It's broken up, but we can hear you.
Okay. How is that any better?
You're frozen on the screen and it's still coming through a little bit shy. I love the new headphones, girl.
I'm trying them out, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, but I think it's actually the Wi-Fi or whatever you're on, because or the signal, because the video's not coming through.
Okay, I can see me. I am frozen. This is what I want you to do. I'm going to say a quick hello, guys. Let someone else jump in the hot seat because I think it's my laptop.
Okay. Thank you for jumping in.
Okay, all righty.
Yeah.
No problem.
So that's Miss Carla Jones. For those of you who do not know, her and Tashan Twyman at the beginning. So if you're not following her on Periscope, she's at One Solutions. You want to her. She is a wealth of knowledge, great at business. And then Tashan and her both introduced me at the same time to Blab and Periscope. So I owe a lot of credit to those two ladies for introducing me to this platform and allowing me to meet all of you amazing people who, because we don't know, I don't know of any of you that know each other than from Periscope and Blab, right? We've all met here. How amazing is that? So I want to thank her personally for introducing me to this, because it has changed my world upside down and around and 360 and whatever else you want to say over the last 2 months. And I couldn't be more happy to be on these platforms with all of you.
Okay. When do you want to do this next one, Ryan? Next week?
Yeah, I think at the very least we will schedule one for this time next week. I don't know if you want to do Wednesday or Tuesday. At the very least that, and if there's some way, it is the holiday, so I think that should be the next one. And if we get more and more people and we promote it more and more, and we get more people on that want it more consistently, we'll take it, to the next level if we need to.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yep.
Do you want to close it? You want me to close it, or you want Mr. Jim Beach, Mr. Relentless, to close this bad boy?
Could we have some motivational from you? Where we're going to 2016 with Blab Perry Newbies, and take it over.
All right. Well, thanks. I consider that an honor. Guys, all I can say is, man, 2016 isn't here yet, but we can absolutely have confidence that 2016 can be a great year by what we do today. Don't wait for 2016 to show up, to start setting goals and start taking massive action. Right now, the old saying is, when is now the best time? When is now the greatest time? Right now is the greatest time. And as let's put the two together. Grant Cardone and Les Brown. Grant Cardone says, "Be great because nothing else pays," and Les Brown says, "You have greatness within you. You just need to tap into the potential you have and make it a great future." What I can definitely say about Para Newbies is that the mission is in the same, or is the mindset of the mission is the same in every member in Para Newbies. Everybody has the same mindset, and that is to show love, support, and help everyone grow. And that is an awesome mission. So I'm excited to be a Para Newbie. I'm a Para Newbie for life. I wish there was some kind of gangster sign or something I could do for Para Newbies, but all I can say is Para Newbies is here to stay, and I'm here to stay with Para Newbie.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you, everybody. That's it, and we'll see you next week. Bum, bum.
See you next week, guys. Have an amazing holiday. Have a Merry Christmas, holiday season. Enjoy time with your friends and family, and play in that area of your life at 10x by being present with those people in the time that you're with them, right? For many of us, we only spend that time this time of year with those loved ones. So be present with them, because the present is coming on. We got 2 minutes for the end of the show. If she wants to say some parting words or a happy or a Merry Christmas to everybody. Otherwise, if that technology is not coming through, we're gonna part ways. Oh, it looks like you were just tapping that screen, Annette, and somehow you may have tapped the wrong thing or your thing stuck. I don't know. So have an amazing, amazing, amazing Christmas, everybody, and a happy New Year if we don't see you before then. Thank you so much. 10 Exit.